Trump's faith office summoning demons. Demons are being summoned at the White House. No, it's not the Satanists. No, it's not the Luciferians. To see such a display taking place at the very seat of American political power is not just inappropriate, they were conjuring up demons to help them take over the White House and the rest of America. Welcome, dear friends, to TIBP Media. Special greetings and thanks to all of our patrons and TIBP members. Acts 2 verse 4. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit enabled them. President Trump surrounds himself with the most dangerous cult in the world. The New Apostolic Reformation. Mediate.com says, June 23, 2025. A stunning viral video shows a group praying and speaking in tongues on the White House grounds at an event hosted by the Trump Faith Office. In the clip that we will watch shortly, which went viral, it was posted by the Patriot Takes, appears to be shot through a pinhole camera and shows a woman leading a group in prayer on the grounds between the West Wing and the Eisenhower Executive Office building. Before we watch the clip, here's the transcript of the video. The female pastor says, "We just thank you right now, Lord, from the east, the west, the north, and the south. You will shake America with your power and your glory. We cancel every assignment of the enemy." And as the female pastor says this word, you will hear a you will hear this disturbing language with the attendees in the prayer circle.
Thank you right now, Lord, from the east, the west, the north, and the south. You will shake America with your power and your glory. We cancel every assignment of the enemy. This nation was birthed in it. This nation was birthed in it. This nation was birthed to be one nation under God. And we are standing on the soil of the White House, and we are declaring your word. Every place that our foot will trod, you will give it to us. And we are taking the land. We thank you, O Lord. You have brought us to the kingdom for a time such as this, and this is the time. And so we declare right now from the capital of our nation that America will come back to God. We will come back to God. Nothing will stop this nation. And we
notice the sharababa over and over and over again. The conjuring of evil spirits. And if you read and study the Bible, this is the Babylon, confusing language that Jesus warns us about. Speaking in gibberish tongue language is summoning demons. And friends, this have gathered the reaction of the netizens.
Trump's faith office, this was yesterday, praying and speaking in tongues, it appears, in front of the White House. Folks, I am not making this up. This is part of Donald Trump's faith office, a bunch of right-wing evangelical lunatics. Listen to what this sounded like yesterday.
We just thank you right now, Lord, from the east, the west, the north, and the south. You will shake America with your power and your glory. We cancel every assignment of the enemy. This nation was birthed to be one of the enemy. This nation was birthed to be one.
One commented, "This is ultra sickening." Ubinoli says, "I'm so embarrassed for any adult who believes this nonsense, and worse, an administration that considered this important." Diane Todd says, "I can't listen to these hypocrites anymore." The practice of speaking tongues this way, gibberish, Babylon, confusion, repetitive chanting, often marked by altered state of consciousness and bypass cognitive function, is widely associated with charismatic circles, not with government institutions. This event, caught on video following a religious gathering hosted by the Faith Office of Trump, raises serious concerns. To see such display taking place at the very seat of American political power is not just inappropriate, they were conjuring up the spirit of Satan, demons, to take over the White House and to take over the rest of America. The incident isn't about worship. Even though they are praying and whispering, mentioning the name of the Lord, it's about the dangerous mingling of mysticism and state power.
Christ's body, in which he speaks and acts, and by which he fills everything, including the White House, including the White House, including the White House, including government halls, including universities, including education centers, including the best medical labs, including the biggest businesses. How does he do that? He does that through you. He does that through me. Wherever I go, God rules. When I walk on White House grounds, God walks on White House grounds.
Rekeya mandara boko sokota, ronda ya kande eke seke la mama mandara bakase, medara bakande la babakaso, ya la manani anano, sakayato ya kande, ya makado ya batadia city akano ya katara city.
They believe in the 7 mountain mandate. This is absolutely demonic in nature. Why? Because given Christ's clear declaration of these unmistakable principles, Christians ought to be alarmed, both alarmed and indignant at the aggressive movements of so-called Christian dominionism and its 7 mountains mandate. The 7 mountain mandate refers to the contention that Christians are called to control and conquer the 7 prominent pinnacles of societal influence, namely family, religion, education, media, arts, entertainment, business, and government. Members of what is referred to as NAR claim to have a mandate from Jesus Christ to conquer these 7 mountains and control them for Christ. Once this is accomplished, they believe that Jesus will return to this earth, setting the stage for a false revival that is mentioned in prophecy. Revelation 16 verse 14. Even though they're praying and mentioning the word and the name of God, for they are spirits of devils working miracles. Trump's spiritual advisor and the White House Faith Office senior advisor, Pastor Paula White, led a group of over 100 pastors in worship, speaking in tongues, gibberish tongues, Babylon, what she describes as a quote-unquote special briefing that took place in the EEOB. These pastors are influenced by their cult priestess, Paula White. NAR, New Apostolic Reformation, takes over the White House. They are being influenced by the same spirit of their leader. The so-called speaking in tongues witnessed on the White House grounds is not a divine manifestation. It's gibberish born from altered states of consciousness, where normal thought patterns and behaviors are suspended. This is not biblical gift of languages given for the proclamation of the gospel, but a troubling display of paranormal activity infiltrating the very heart of our nation's political leadership. To see such ecstatic, ungoverned outbursts taking place where laws are made for America and national direction is determined should alarm every thinking citizen. though cloaked in the language of worship. This spectacle is a dangerous counterfeit, substituting frenzy for faith, emotion for truth, and chaos for conviction. It signals a shift from the reasoned governance to spiritual confusion, with prophetic implications far deeper than most realize. Dearest friends, are you with me in rejecting these Babylonian tongues? Are you with me, dear friends, in rather using the native language that God has given us to edify for the edification of the gospel? Preach with me, dear friends. Kindly type in the comment section, I reject Babylonian tongues. Thank you, dear friends. May you continue to preach truth found in Bible prophecy.